Black Lives Matter, it's not the term, it's not the idea. It is a multi-billion-dollar organization.
Self-described Marxist.
Every official thing that you see that has to do with Black Lives Matter is pushing a socialist, radical, communist, collectivist agenda, whether they be in the school system or the government or activism or a community, any group that associates themselves with the Black Lives Matter organization is actually, whether they even know it or not, are helping further a communist agenda.
Go on Facebook, find your local Black Lives Matter activist. 9 times out of 10, they're going to have communist, like profound communist propaganda on their own pages.
Absolutely.
Like either them with a Soviet flag. Yeah. Black Lives Matter is now an overt communist organization operating in the United States.
It is. Their stated political philosophies are anti-American. By definition. We're going to talk right now. This is a Breitbart article. Black Lives Matter at School teaches young children to be transgender and queer affirming. What does transgender and queer have to do with Black lives?
Well, as a gay person, I can tell you not a damn thing. Nothing whatsoever.
This is part of leftism,
right?
Using the black community to push other leftist agendas that don't have any benefit for them.
The leftists take these minority communities, be them black, gay, Muslim, whatever, and weaponize them, not necessarily against one another, but against conservatism, against the Constitution, against the rest of the country, by convincing them that they have something to do with one another, when in reality, they don't.
If you are Black Lives Matter, you are an organization that is there and you pretend that you want to help black people. And when you have the opportunity, you go into schools and what do? You teach children, kindergartners, about trans people, rather than teaching them that it doesn't matter that you, little Timmy, are white and you, little Johnny, are black. You guys are equal. You're the same. And it doesn't matter. Like, instead of teaching those equality-based lessons, they're telling kindergartners, it doesn't matter that you have a penis, you might be a girl. Like, that is completely antithetical to what they pretend.
These aren't even conversations kindergartners should know exist.
Absolutely.
Like, we shouldn't... I don't even think I knew what the hell my penis was when I was in kindergarten. I've seen as many vaginas now as I have when I was in kindergarten. So I don't have the best experience in female genitalia.
If 20 years ago we sat down for a conversation and I told you, hey, as their teacher, I'm going to tell your 5-year-old child that their penis... Whoa. That's the end of the conversation right there. You're not saying anything about my 5-year-old's penis to my 5-year-old. But not only that, they're going to go further than that. I'm going to tell your 5-year-old that their penis might be on their body wrongly. And they might actually need a vagina. Then I'm going to encourage them to take hormones injected into their body to make them a completely different person. Here's the thing. Here's the kicker. I'm going to tell them that if you aren't cool with that you're a terrible person. So I'm going to take your child, indoctrinate them, and tell them that if you don't have the same beliefs that I just told them they need to have, that they need to tell on you, they need to turn on you, and they need to hate you.
When I was that age, I thought I was Zordon from Power Rangers. I was a ghost living in a tube. Or then I was the Power Ranger. And then even, when I was in 4th grade, I was Harry Potter. You could not tell me any different.
Right,
I was a wizard. There are pictures of me floating around with my neighbor when I was in the 2nd and 3rd grade. Playing dress up with her. I'm wearing a dress and a tiara and a wig. If that happened today, the left would be telling my parents to whisk me away to a doctor and get me pumping hormones because I dressed up like a girl. I would be so pissed today if my parents had taken me and gotten me on hormones because I decided to dress like a girl for fun.
Listen to this. This is BLM At School Week of Action. Black Lives Matter movement is a powerful, nonviolent peace movement. It systematically examines injustices that exist at the intersections of race, class, and gender, including mass incarceration, poverty, non-affordable housing, income disparity, homophobia, unfair immigration laws, gender inequality, and poor access to health care.
So every subjective demographic we could think of.
This is the radical left political agenda being taught to children as fact.
Black Lives Matter is presenting itself as this very methodical, very analytical, very influential organization. Mm-hmm. My question is, where can I go sit down and talk to these holes besides the riot down the street? Where is Black Lives Matter? How do I get on board this movement? This, what is it? Nonviolent, peaceful movement that systematically examines blah blah blah. Where can I go sit with them and systematically examine some shit? And their leaders and their activists and their speakers get upset when you call them terrorists. That's my point. You have a political agenda, but other than going into the streets and victimizing people, how are you pushing that agenda? How are you part of the discourse other than being like a threat to everybody?